Hey, welcome to episode 60 of Learn and Become podcast. On episode 59, Deborah and I talked about having a system that will help you to achieve better results. We used the concept by James Clear that systems are the small actions that lead you to a result, to your goal, to your outcome desired. And today, we will talk about discipline, which kind of goes alongside with that. And hopefully, next week, we get back to the system thing so that we can finish that topic with some practical advices on how you can be more, how you can get better results by following a good system. This week, I've been thinking about discipline, and a question that popped up in my mind is it really important? So, when we talk about discipline, there are three main concepts that will usually um, be like an immediate thought about discipline, or at least in my mind. One, parents discipline their child, so they discipline their kids if they're doing something they shouldn't, and we know kids do it all the time. Two, maybe a topic in school, college, university. It could also be called a discipline. And three, which is the capacity or the ability of being constant to something. The dedication, the ability to work on something with some sort of consistency, and that's discipline, right? And that's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about kids, neither classes in school or university. When you think about a project, something, or life, do you consider discipline an important thing? Yes or no? Well, I don't know if it's a yes or no question, but my purpose here today is to help you to think about it and consider and analyze if discipline is important for you or not. So, for us to get started, um, before understanding if it's important or not, I want to think about what discipline is not and about what discipline is so that we might understand it and so that we might understand if it makes sense for us or not. I don't think most things in life are yes or no answers. I think it goes a lot with who you are and what you want to do in your life. So instead of doing a like yes, no kind of thing, I want to talk to you today and explain what I think discipline is, and based on that, you will decide if it's important for you or not. All right? I wrote an article about it, and I will read some things from the article so it makes more sense. But understanding what discipline is not. If we understand what it is not, we have better chances of understanding what it is. So if we understand what it is not and what it is, we get a better picture of the concept. And the first thing that I believe discipline is not, and sometimes people get confused, is discipline is not your goal. Discipline is not the outcome you want. Like you're not working to be disciplined. It's not the purpose, like your medal is not being disciplined. Discipline is not the thing itself, it's not the outcome. Discipline doesn't sustain itself, it's not enough alone. I also think discipline is not the vehicle you use to reach something. It's not It's not the car that will drive you to certain places. It's not the path that you will take in order to reach a destination. And I also don't think discipline is the destination itself. So, as I mentioned before, it's not the result, it's not the destination you're going to get to the end. Understanding that, we can think better about what discipline is. And I think that the best way of seeing it, using this metaphor of the car destination path, is understanding that discipline is not your car, it's not the path, neither the destination, but it is the fuel that will be in the car's tank, empowering it in order to move. So it's the gas in your vehicle. It's not the goal, it's not the car, but it is the fuel, it's the gasoline, the gas in the tank that's helping the car to move. We could think like if you're learning a language, the language could be the vehicle, the methodology you're using could be the path, and the destination could be what you intend to be able to do with that language. So let's say you want to be able to communicate in your trip, and you have the language, you have the way, the methodology you used, and you became able to communicate in a foreign language. Discipline could be the gas in the tank moving your car through the path to reach the destination. Discipline is like a tool. It's not the thing itself. If you think about a mechanic, if they have the right tools, they can fix a car a lot easier, a lot quicker, and the result is a lot better. Or maybe a video editor, if they have a trash computer, it's not going to help them to do a good job. But if they have a great computer, the results will be much better. It doesn't require, it's not about the ability of the video editor to work on creating a good video or not. And it's not about the outcome itself, but the computer, the tool, will help them to get a better result because the tool is better. Simple like that. And when we talk about discipline, and that's the thing that's been in my mind mostly this week, is that discipline is meant to serve our life and not the other way around. So you're not meant to be a slave of discipline, but discipline is meant to help you to be free in some areas and in some ways. Discipline has to serve your life and not the other way around. Joko Willink says that discipline equals freedom, and I totally agree with that. Like, I'm 100% agree with him. But if you have a plan and you have no flexibility in changing your plan, looking at the bigger picture, then you became a slave of your plan and you became a slave of this kind of trapped up discipline that won't help you any longer. It's not only about having a plan and sticking to the plan with discipline, it's about having clarity on why you are disciplined so that you might reach your destination with clarity and you get great results using discipline as a tool to drive you there. Okay, I don't know if that was too much, like in a simple idea, but discipline can help you to be free from your laziness, from your lack of skill, from your lack of abilities, So it will help you to do that, right? But uh, it has to serve you the bigger purpose. It will help you to be free from those things because you will stick to the plan. But your plan can't be unchangeable, because if it is unchangeable, it means you don't have the flexibility to find new ways to be disciplined in new ways and to reach your goal better, quicker, and with better results. So instead of only being disciplined, I believe you should be the concept I just came up with today while writing. You should be flexible disciplined, which means your discipline has to have flexibility, always aiming the bigger purpose. It's not only about being blind disciplined, like I do this because that's the way and that's what I'm gonna do because I'm crazy about it and I want change. It's more like I will work hard, I will put in the work, I will dedicate, I will be disciplined. But I'll do that always focusing on a bigger picture. And if I have to change the things I do in order to achieve this bigger picture in a faster, more accurate, more precisely way, I will. Because as you go through the process of life, you develop new skills, you get new abilities. And if you don't take advantage of those new skills, new abilities to come up with something better, then you're not making a good usage of your discipline, neither of your time, and neither of your experience, of the tools you acquired along the way. It's not about doing things, it's about being smart in doing things. An example I could use in that is with the private students at our English school. We have had several formats for the classes. And today we have the format that I believe is the most efficient and the best we've ever had. I mean, not only in our school, but I don't remember seeing a way of teaching that's so involving and so uh, that gets so many good results as ours. And I'm not saying that because it's ours, but because of the results we got to see along the last few years. And what I want to say with that about discipline is we do things with discipline, we're consistent, we have a plan, and we know what we want to do. But if tomorrow I see a better way of doing it, I'll change it immediately. And I'll explain to the students why, and then we move forward. It's not about having the methodology and just sticking to it. It's about the results that will come from the discipline, from the work we do. And that's more important than the way you do stuff, right? So discipline has to serve you. That's important. And that's only possible when you have clarity on what you're doing or on why you're doing what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, or if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, it doesn't really make sense. And that's when it falls apart. And that's when you have a lack of discipline because you're just doing things. Let's say you want to get healthier just because it's important. Just like, oh, I need to get healthier just because, yeah, I mean, everybody says it's important. You're probably not going to stick to this plan very long, and you won't be very disciplined in it. But if you go to a doctor and they tell you, if you don't get healthier, I mean, there are chances you're going to die in the next few years. because you're not taking care of yourself. Then it changes completely. Your life will change upside down. I mean, completely. Because you have a why, a purpose that's bigger than just it's important. So having clarity will help you to be disciplined towards the goal. Discipline is not the most important thing. The destination is the most important thing. The way you get there is also important. And what you're doing is also important. And discipline is the thing that will kind of blend it all together, that will glue all those pieces and help you to move your car from your current point all the way through the path till you reach the results. And if you are disciplined in one thing, chances are you're going to get more disciplined in other areas, not because you have the superpower of discipline, but because you understand the game. You understand that discipline is not a thing you do, but it's a way of living. It's a way you live. And if you understand that, chances are your results will be better in most things, and you will develop, you will become better, you will grow. And as a consequence, your results will continue to improve and to get better. I'm a beginner in all of it that I'm sharing with you. Uh, but I hope that in the next few years I get to experience some um, new levels of discipline and new levels of accomplishment as I stick to this flexible, disciplined mindset. And yeah, that's kind of like the idea I wanted to share with you today. So work hard, hustle, be disciplined, be dedicated, do things, plan, act. I mean, do all you can, but always have in mind that the purpose is more important than the tools you use along the way. So have clarity, think through. I mean, have clarity on why you do what you do and how you're going to be or how you want to be in the next 50 years, 60 years, I don't know, 30 years. But clarity will help you in this way. Don't forget to be disciplined and most importantly, to be flexible, disciplined in order to get uh, better results than you could ever imagine. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Take care.